English is now the official language of the United States. President Trump signed the executive order on Friday.
The White House says it will make government operations more efficient and promote unity. First Alert 6 reporter Johan Marin tells us why some are skeptical about the new executive order.
Yeah, John and Aaron, I spoke to those for and against the new executive order. Both sides tell me they hope English as official national language will be a guiding star and not a roadblock for non-English speakers. For the first time in U.S. history, President Trump says English will become the official language of the country. The executive order will allow government agencies and organizations that get federal funding to decide if they will offer services in other languages. Todd Dubois is with U.S. English, a group that's worked years for this to happen.
Support is a good thing, but what you want is immigrants learning English and having the incentive to do that much sooner, because that's so much better for their welfare.
The executive order sets back another directive under President Clinton, mandating those agencies to provide assistance to non-English speakers. In the Omaha Metro, local government websites publish in multiple languages for its residents. Dubois says he isn't against the use of other languages, but believes
it's English first. It is making English the priority and recognizing that it is our common bond.
At Lingua Academy on Dodge Street, CEO Yuridia Igbokwe provides English translation and interpretation services. She says she grew up translating for her parents like many immigrant children. She thinks the new executive order could cause stress and worry.
You have to understand learning any language, especially at a certain age, is especially English, I will say, it takes time to learn.
Both Igbokwe and Dubois don't expect many changes to happen, as English is already the official language in more than 30 states, including Nebraska. Now, according to data from the 2022 U.S. Census Bureau, roughly 1 in 10 Americans now speak a language other than English. The number has more than tripled in the last 45 years. In the newsroom, I'm Johan Marin, First Alert 6.